everybody, thank you very much for tuning in to your monthly reading with me, Lorien. This is going to be for March 2017 and I thank everybody who subscribed so far. I think I've broken the 7,000 barrier now, so thank you so much. And also thank you to those who are new and actually trying me out for the first time, so thank you. Hopefully you will hear some messages that are relevant to you. Now I just want to make everybody aware that this is a general reading, so this will cover the general aspects for your sun, moon and rising sign. But if it is a personal reading you would like with answers to your individual questions, all you have to do is click the link below and it'll take you to a personal reading with myself, and you can choose whichever reading that you would like to have from me. Also, if you're interested in I think I've got some rune readings every new moon and crystal readings every full moon. So if you were interested in those, you can go to the Patreon link below, and from as little as $1 you can see all the exclusive content that I have on there. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, so if you don't get the messages you anticipate, you know, it may be the fact that your rising or your sun or your moon, you know, your different elements, because that's your astrological makeup, you know, it may actually be more relevant in the other signs. So just have a look at those. Always comment, always share, always subscribe, always like. I love hearing back from you, and I just want to say a big thank you for taking the time to watch and report back to me, because I really do love hearing about everything that you're doing. So yeah, that's it from me. I don't think there's any further announcements. Very merry spring to us in the Northern Hemisphere. Hope you're handling the oncoming winter okay in the Southern Hemisphere, and let's get to it. Hello Pisces, thank you so much for tuning in to your March reading with me, Lorien, and happy birthday for everybody with their sun in March. Thank you so much for coming through and actually watching this video. For those of you who are subscribed already, very welcome back, and for those of you who are new, hello. I hope that you have a very resonant reading. What I will say is, if you don't find that you get the messages that you're expecting, all you have to do is check your rising and your moon sign, because I've started to have people go, yep, this is right on point for me, but you know, the Gemini one or whatever wasn't so much. So it does seem to be dependent on where your other star signs are. So this month we're going to be using the Gilded Tarot deck, and we're going to be using the Archangel Oracle deck, and also going to be pulling a rune from this little collection that one of my dear friends Lexi actually got me for Christmas. So we're going to be looking at that as well. So without further ado, let's have a look. So like I said, this is a general reading. If it's more of a personal, private reading you want, you can have a look at my website for all the details as to how to get a reading from myself. Actually, it's kind of a good period to do it, because just after January, the rush of the year has kind of died down a little bit. Ooh, you seem to want to come through. You've got two there. So they've just actually told me to tell you that my dear friend Lexi is also a Pisces. So it's kind of like she gave me the runes for Pisces, almost. I don't know what they're trying to say there, but let's have a look. Whoops. Being a bit flighty. So what do we have here? We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Nine of Wands. Ooh, the Five of Wands. And the Page of Cups. Now you'll have to excuse me with this new cover, because this new cover is actually stolen from an umbrella. The umbrella went inside out. It bent beyond all recognition, but I didn't actually want to get rid of this lovely keys and butterflies, so I snipped it off, and I'm using it as altar covers and everything, so it's very fitting for spring, and I didn't want to get rid of it. Whoa, you just jumped out. Healthy lifestyle. But let's have a look and see. Whoop. Prioritize. Okay, so it seems like you want to get organised this month, Pisces. Let's take a look. Just trying to move these up the little line here with the stitching. I think I might have to start ironing this actually. Okay, let's see. Alright, some of you have had Barneys or are going to have, slang. Barneys are arguments in England, or the north of England anyway. So yeah, I do see the feeling that you are going to have some arguments with family members who may not understand you. They may not actually really want to. I have a feeling this could be both your personal family and any adopted or extended family. You know, like you're like a brother to me or something. It could be somebody like that, or it could be your in-laws or boyfriend, girlfriend's family. They don't seem to understand your reasons for doing what you're doing. And also, actually, this is coming up quite strongly. It's almost like you've gone to the end of your tether with something. And because you've gone to your end of your tether with something, you are now deciding, to hell with it. This is basically what I'm picking up from this card mostly. So it's the Knight of Swords. So to me, this is basically you saying, to hell with this. No, I'm not going to be doing all this. No, this is it. I can't really be doing with all this pressure, and I'm going to tell them, or I'm going to do something about it. Now, it could be a work situation where you are trying to fight back against something that you feel is an injustice, or it could actually be something more personal to you, like you tell somebody just how much they're hurting your feelings. It could be that because of this card you actually end your relationship. Or you end a friendship or something like that, or at least you take a break from it. So I feel this is going to be something that is a kind of repercussion, and it rolls along. But this to me is often about family arguments and having that issue there and having that playfulness there as well. Simply because you may find a different way to express yourself with it, but this is basically almost at the finish line of something. This is something where you feel that you've kind of met your limit, or you're at your limitations now. You're not really wanting to go forward with what other people are telling you to do, but you're almost there. Don't give up. This is the kind of pressure that you may feel on your shoulders to perform or do something that other people have been pressuring you to do. People passing comment, people judging you unfairly. And I actually feel that quite a lot here. But I think they are trying to show you that the pressure and the stress of it is not something that you should try and deal with alone. I feel that you are going to have some moral support, either from friends or co-workers or people who understand your plight here. You want change, you're striving for change. You can't continue with the stress as it is. I also do see some good things here though, because as soon as you're actually able to break away from whatever situation it is that's kind of dragging you down, you do feel a lot lighter. And I do feel that you are getting more things done, prioritising like here, but also a sense of progress and accomplishment. It's almost like you're finally able to do like lots of ticks of any to-do lists and lots of progress when it comes to this sort of thing. So it seems to me you are going to break away of a person or a situation that you're no longer into. This seems to come through saying that you are almost there. Please don't stop walking towards that goal simply because somebody may disagree with you. You're going to get the moral support you need, the wonderful actual messages of love, hope, good news, everything here. So it's just kind of weeding out what doesn't mean anything and what means the most. Amongst it all, of course, they are suggesting that you do try and maintain a healthy lifestyle. I mean, here it says eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep and exercise regularly. So I feel as though with all this stress you may not have time, you may come home from work or family engagements exhausted, you just want to sit down, do nothing, eat takeaways. That's fine in moderation. I think what they're trying to say is that you need to be maybe a little bit more mindful. They're not trying to condone anything, and they're not trying to say, oh, you're not doing it right. You just kind of say, treat yourself well. If nobody else seems to be treating you well, you'll have to do it yourself, which is a shame, And if you can hear rattling, it's only my cat Pippin deciding that he wants to make a bed out of my paper. So let's have a look here. Prioritise. So focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organised and motivated. I think this is more to do with feeling how you can be of service to yourself. For instance, this often reminds me of the Two of Pentacles as well. You may have to decide between health and relationships, or health and career, or health and that project you have going on. If anyone else tries to come in and interrupt that, you may have to tell them to take second priority, because I don't think that this is going to be something that you are necessarily needing to do. It's not something that you should be spending so much time on, if that makes sense. So I think that focus on yourself is the main theme that's coming through here for you. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a little bit of a shuffle and see what is your rune theme. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a witch, and my matron goddess is Freya, and the runes are something that she taught along with her magic to all the other gods and goddesses and people like that. So this is kind of something that I've done for a while but never actually done in public. But I do rune readings on the new moon every month on Patreon, which is where you can see that for as little as $1 a month. So let's have a look and see. Okay. Oh. Please don't let it be a blank one. Aha! I have forgotten the name. It was. I think that's how you say it. Basically, this is about strength. This is about, oh, I should put it that way really. This is about strength. This is about finding out who you are. This is kind of trusting yourself, and put it forward a little bit. Trusting yourself, your reliability, understanding how you feel about things and looking at things and gaining strength from your perspectives and that sort of stuff. I feel also that this is quite a strong rune for you overall anyway, simply because it seems to be kind of like you're shaking off anything that doesn't feel like you can depend on it. So again, if it's a friend that you don't feel like you can trust anymore or rely on anymore, that's basically what this rune is saying. Okay, they just said if you have a message to send to somebody, try and draft it about 5 times. So if you have something to say, maybe measure your words before you actually say it. That could be something that, you know, needs to be measured this month. But it seems to be quite a heavy month, considering it's your birthday month for a lot of Pisces. I mean, I'm not too sure exactly why it's so heavy, but I think it's kind of like another year over for you, another year done. You're kind of sick of playing around and being beaten by some certain people. So you're kind of saying, you're no longer in my life from this year. And that's going to be very cathartic. Maybe bittersweet, but I think it's mostly cathartic. And I really hope that you let me know how things go for you, Pisces, because I would absolutely adore to know that you're all right and that things are going okay for you. But in the meantime, if you do want a reading from myself, just go to the link below. I can answer any of your questions there. And also, if you do want to support me on Patreon, I'll leave that information down below for you as well, just to get the access to the other readings that I do. But in the meantime, a very happy birthday, have a wonderful month, and I look forward to seeing you soon.